Hey there guys and gals, Prowler here to talk, yet again, about my favorite Speedy Blue Hedgehog. This time we're taking a look at some very specific time periods for Sonic and overall determining which Sonic generation was best. No, not that Sonic generations. We'll get to you sometime in the future. Not that future. Ugh. Let's just get started, shall we?
Well, they're using the same jokes they did in the last Austin Powers movie.
Like we've discussed before in previous videos, Sonic began his gaming days speeding around in 16-bit fashion on the Sega Genesis. Sonic the Hedgehog was released in 1991 and became an instant hit, which is interesting for me personally because I think the original Sonic is one of the weakest games from the Genesis era. Looking at you, Special Stages.
I'm sorry.
This is my nightmare!
Following the success of the first game, Sonic 2 was inevitable.
I am inevitable.
But unlike Thanos, we collected Chaos Emeralds to become... No, Super Sonic. Sheesh. Oh yeah, and our new best friend Tails had arrived as well. Sonic 2 upped the ante with more focus on speedy levels and tried some different tactics too. Half-pipe special stages and Metropolis zones still give me headaches, but the introduction of the Spin Dash, Super Sonic, and that final level with Mecha Sonic and the iconic Death Egg robot is chef's kiss. Now I know what you're thinking, there's no way they can improve upon Sonic 2's gameplay, right?
Oh yeah!
Enter Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Yeah, I'm combining them into one game because it's just easier. This is my jam right here. The bread and butter of why I fell in love with gaming in the first place. Sonic 3 and Knuckles gave us the first real sense of a story in a Sonic game. It gave us more variety in level designs. It gave us Michael Jackson produced music. But above all, it gave us Hypersonic and one of the coolest endings with Doomsday Zone.
Ah, chills. Literal chills.
The Genesis era certainly had other Sonic games and spin-offs as well, but I specifically hold these three games up as the defining Sonic games of that generation. Little did I know back then that my expectations of what Sonic and video games were to become would absolutely be shattered. Yes, I know there was that semi-awkward period between the Genesis and the Dreamcast, but we aren't going down that rabbit hole today. Sonic Adventure had arrived, and boy oh boy did it arrive in style. Sonic was fully 3D, and it had a full-fledged story with multiple playable characters and voice acting, and well, you get the idea. Honestly, my 10-year-old self felt like I was actually playing a movie disguised as a video game. Sonic Adventure set the bar for me with how all Sonic games should look, feel, and play going forward. Fast forward a couple of years and the Blue Blur was turning 10 years old, and for his birthday, Sonic Team dropped Sonic Adventure 2. Remember a couple seconds ago when I said the bar was set? Well, that bar got shattered. I'll never forget playing City Escape that first time while rocking out to what is still one of my favorite songs to this day. And the introduction of Shadow? Come on! The anti-Sonic with a mysterious backstory shrouded in tragedy and pain while still being the ultimate badass?
I'm the world's ultimate life form.
Apologies. Ultimate life form. My bad, Shadow. Unfortunately for us Sonic and Dreamcast fans and owners, our time was cut short. Sega abandoned the hardware creation and decided to focus specifically on making games as a third-party developer, meaning we only got 2 mainline Sonic games released on the Sega Dreamcast. Get out of here. Nobody, and I mean nobody, asked for you. We'll get to Sonic Shuffle someday, but not anytime soon. For your sanity, as well as mine.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So what I'm realistically looking at for the true Sonic Genesis era is Sonic 1, 2, and 3 and Knuckles, while the true Sonic Dreamcast era consists of only Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. So who wins and why? For me personally, I have to roll with the Dreamcast era Sonic. Now, this wasn't an easy decision by any means, but what I took into account was multiple factors. The first being the gameplay comparison between the two eras. Don't get me wrong, I still love my 2D Sonic games, but for me personally, the adventure games nailed the transition to 3D for Sonic, specifically the speed levels with Sonic and Shadow. Definitely not looking at you, Big the Cat.
Move this man!
Another reason I give the edge to the Dreamcast era is because of the narrative of the games. While there was a very small sample of a story in the Genesis games, the adventure games did such a good job of capitalizing on each character and their growth throughout each game. Heck, even Eggman was questioning his villainous ways after the battle against the Bio Lizard in Sonic Adventure 2, which apparently he decided to completely throw out the window for every subsequent game thereafter. Honestly, I could go on and on about more comparisons between Genesis and Dreamcast Sonic, but I'm sure you all have had your fill of me yapping already. But if you would like to throw in your 2 cents about which era is best, let me know below. Maybe there's an entire other era that you think beats out both of these ones as I discussed today. Either way, I appreciate it if you've hung out this long, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so for more Sonic and gameplay videos coming soon. Thanks everyone, and as always...
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.